today we are going to be talking about the smart money moves that you need to make when you have less than 20 years to your retirement. When we talk about smart, we mean the specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound money moves that you need to make when you have less than 20 years to your retirement. You know that when you have less than 20 years to your retirement, your investment approach is already supposed to be conservative. And what do we mean by that? The majority of your investment should actually be in fixed income, should be in low risk investment or medium risk investment, no more high risk. And if you have to even do high risk, probably like 5% of your portfolio and all that. So what are the smart money moves you need to make for you when you are already like less than 20 years to your to your retirement? So the number one is define your wealth. So how much money will actually be enough for you to be able to sustain yourself, for you to be able to say, okay, I don't want to worry about money again. Money is not actually my problem. That for me to even work is just for me because I like what I'm doing, not because I have to pay bills and all that. I already have more than enough money coming in for me. So how much money actually will be enough for you? So before you can define this, remember that we talk about smart, mean specific, achievable, measurable, and all that. So when we talk about how much will be enough for you, so what we're talking about is, okay, how much is your yearly expenses? Assuming your yearly expenses is actually like 2 million naira. So what we are now saying is that how much investment can you make? What are the income generating investment that you can make that would be able to generate for you 2 million naira, at least 2 million naira every year, to be able to cover your expenses in your retirement or when you decide not to work again. So when you are moving to your 40s, in your 50s and all that, your investment should be moving towards the low risk investment, the medium risk investment. So the income generating assets that are going to be majoring in is going to be maybe something like dividend stocks that are generating cash flow for you, or probably your real estate, or probably the fixed income investment like bonds, like treasury bills, like mutual funds and all that. So how much? So if you have like 20 years spread now, like, okay, you have not even started investing till you got to your 40 years, so you now want to start. So how much will you be able to be saving to be able to hit that target of what is going to be generating 2 million for you every month? Just like recently that GTB paid money, that Guaranteed Trust Bank, they paid 7 naira per share. If you have like 300k shares, like 300,000 units of shares there, you probably get like maybe 2 point something million. You understand? If you have like 10 million naira for federal government bonds, you probably will get and the interest on it, if the interest on it is like 20%, so that means you're going to be getting like 2 million annually. If you have like maybe 25 million in treasury bills, maybe for 180 days, for maybe investment interest rate of maybe like 17%, you probably be getting like 2 point something million. So it now depends on which one of this do you want to be able to define, to be able to meet your target, defining your wealth. 2 is you have to track your every penny that you are earning. This is very, very important. This is like managing, knowing where your money is going. Tracking your funds could involve you printing your bank statement, and you are now itemizing all the items on that bank statement. Like maybe you can even print it for like a month or for like 2 months to even know, okay, my income, where are the major expenses I'm making? What are the things that are actually eating up my expenses? You might never know how much you are even paying to get stocks from maybe your African shops. You might never know how much you are even paying. You grab this Greg's, you grab that ShopRite, you grab this stuff. All this little penny. You have to track your expenses, because when you are already in your 40s, there's no time for you to waste again on things that are not important. You have already spent a lot of time pleasing people. You have spent a lot of time doing so many things. It's now time for you to now love yourself, to now be okay. This is my future that is staring me in the eyes. What am I going to do? Track your expenses, track every penny. Then also generate your emergency funds. I know this is very difficult for a lot of people, and emergency fund is not something that is going to make you rich. It's just to make sure that you have a cushion effect. When you have savings actually, and probably you are having issues or whatever, there's this mental rest or emotional rest that you have, that, oh, at least I'm not broke. You see, that being broke is a very terrible thing. It can even make you sick without being sick. Seriously speaking, have emergency funds. Why do we have emergency funds? It's in case of eventuality. It's in case of things. Maybe you just fall sick, or somebody or a family member falls sick, or maybe you lose your job. So that emergency fund is like 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Say, okay, for the next 3 to 6 months, I'll be able to gather myself together and put myself together so that I'll be able to know the next phase to go, so that you won't have to just crash. Things happen, life happens and all that. Have emergency fund so that you can have, and it has to be in an account that is easily accessible for you. You can put it in high yield savings account in any bank and all that. It doesn't have to be invested. Don't invest your emergency funds have ways in which you can cultivate habits of saving. You know, if your emergency funds is going to be like maybe £2,000, it doesn't mean that you have to put in that £2,000 at once. You can even start with £50 and it's every month. Put it in an account that you probably not have your card to or have access to and all that, so that if anything happens, maybe you need to buy a new tire, or you need to fix your car, or something breaks down in your car. You know, those are what emergency funds are. It's not for you to be eating. It's not something that you will be using to buy groceries. No, they are emergencies. They are for emergencies. Emergency funds are not the money that is going to make you rich or whatever, but it's just for you to have, okay, £1,000 somewhere, £2,000 somewhere, in case of anything happening. Also, you pay off your debt. It might be something that is very difficult for people that are managing maybe mortgage and all that. You know, it's a good thing if you have, at least you have, for you to have a house over your head. But when you are thinking about mortgage in your 40s, thinking about getting mortgage in your 40s, I really hope you know what you are going into. Except probably you want to fast track it and just pay it on time, because it could mean paying mortgage. It could mean paying this mortgage into your 60s or probably your 70s. You know, I don't know how people do that really, except maybe you want to have the mortgage for maybe mortgage for commercial purposes, or probably you want to rent it out, you want to do service accommodation, and even you want to do it because we have our different. You see, having mortgage is actually an emotional thing. It's not something that can tell somebody that you can't have mortgage, you can have mortgage and all that. Everybody minds their business and all that, but know how you're going to pay off your debt. Either your school debt, either credit card debt and all that debt that are eating up into your finances. Because if you don't do this when you're already like very close to your retirement, it might be the what you're going to be servicing even in your retirement. You don't want to be facing that in your retirement age. Like in retirement, everybody just wants to rest, have fun, travel all around the world, enjoy your rich life. You have worked all your life till that age, so at that age you just want to catch your cruise. We pray we have it in good health and all that. So pay off your debt as much as possible. Either you want to use the avalanche method, like Dave Ramsey have said, either the avalanche or the snowball effect. Depending on either way, you can look it up to see which one pays me. By paying off maybe the high interest ones, or maybe paying the smaller ones. You just have to tackle it. It's just like the devil that you have to kill one way or the other. You have to pay off your debt. Next one is having your investment plan. Working for 30 years, 35 years of one's life and not having an investment plan is I've seen a lot of investors. I've seen a lot of retirees. I have seen a lot of retirees. It's something that is so awful for you to really have to wait for your pension every month, or some people are not even paid pension. I've seen situations in which people are not even paid their pension. I've seen a lot of retirees die waiting for their pension. Sincerely speaking, I'm not using this to mock them or to mock people that are in these shoes. It's just to be able to say, have your own personal plan for your pension, plan for your retirement, have an investment plan. As you are working, you can't eat everything. You have some that you used to pay for your expenses. You have some that you used to pay for maybe you have some that you used to save. You have some that you are investing. Investment is so simple. If you don't know what you invest in, you can put your money in mutual funds. You can put your money in treasury bill or government bonds. And those ones are very easy. Those ones are very simple, not complicated. It's low risk at worst. So that you have this, so that in case the government happens, government also happens. A snake can swallow pension. There's something we have not seen happen in this country. So we don't want to live our life to chances, sincerely. If the pension we have been saving, that will be seen if it goes. If it comes, oh hallelujah. And if it doesn't come, have your own personal pension that you're also planning for yourself. Can invest in so many things. Because at the age in which you are less than 20 years to retirement, you can't do crypto, you can't do CBEX, you can't do Ponzi scheme. Now your life is very serious. You have used like 40 years to play. Now the remaining years that you need to your retirement is like, you must just be very serious about it. Seriously speaking, this is not a joking matter. Have an investment plan. It's a good thing to have government pension, but it won't be totally good for you to be highly dependent on government pension. I've seen a lot of people depending on pension, and they will have to wait. You have used like 40 years of your life waiting paycheck to paycheck. Then you now have pension again. You are waiting for pension to pension. When do you want to have rest? When do you want to have a break? So you have like 10 to 15 years. If you're in your 40s now, you have 10 to 15 years of planning your life that you can actually get it right. For the fact that we have not gotten it right in maybe the first 40 years of our life does not mean we can't get it right again. It's only that You know, somebody that is now running 100 meter, yeah, that is finishing in 15 seconds. People in their 40s, they will have to finish it in like maybe 5 seconds. That's what it means. So the few things that we have spoken about: define your wealth. Don't run another person's race. Don't run another person's journey. Define what is enough for you. What is enough for you? What is enough for you? It's because most of us, we don't know what is enough for us. That's why we just keep walking, like, because we don't have a target, we don't have a goal. But actually we should know what is enough. What is enough for you? Then track your expenses. Have emergency plans. Pay off your debt, and also have an investment plan. I wish you a very wonderful investment journey. Thank you. See you in the next video.